Welcome back with Happy Chappy, and this is lies. I was thinking of compulsive liars, uh, how they believe that people are believing in them, in what they say, which becomes so idiotic because for a compulsive liar to be a good liar, they would need to be continuously alert and aware of oneself and the lies that they tell, and always ready to look out for a mistake that's about to arise before it becomes a mistake in a conflict of the lie that they'd already told. So in their own belief, in their own lies that they tell, they believe that they're smart, but they're clearly not. As if you were smart, then you would have that awareness of who you are and all that's surrounding you, which would mean then you would have the abundance of life within you and around you. And because you lie repeatedly in every chance that you get, with that belief that you are smart or smarter than others, leaves you looking stupid. And as I say, if you had that awareness, you would have that abundance of life. And you would be happy in who you are, that you wouldn't need to lie. From what I've seen in my life, and I'm sure anyone would be able to spot a compulsive liar. What I found is that it's near like they don't have any shame in what they do. It's like it controls them. I've seen stories being told to me at moments in time that they were telling me in a description, where I've also sat with them, with other people in the room, and then tell other people a different story in the same time as that description was presented to me, with the story that they presented to me. And yet I've also, normally I let it go and think, you're just an idiot. And I have questioned it. And what I see is, when you question it, you will get another lie. And in that story as well, you could wait out, and knowing the person and who they are and how they are, what you will find is, you will find that that becomes a lie as well. Awareness. I think this goes more for the person who is telling the lies. They who can be outside of that, I believe, would see that. And if you're lacking that awareness to see it, Maybe it's something that you need to observe in yourself. Uh, how aware are you to other people's lives? Uh, is it something that you're aware of? Now, it doesn't mean that you have to correct it. It's not your duty to correct someone else. But if it's conflicting with uh, emotions or feelings that's put upon you by another, obviously you have your own control of that. But if that person's in your day regular and there's like a job, for example, and there's no possible way that you can get out of that without leaving your job, well, then you have that duty to correct your brother or sister for the lies that they tell by confronting it. And when you do that, you can be aware of who you are, and making sure that you're not caught up in them lies, that it becomes something that starts being a part of you from the smallest little lies, because it's only a seed that that person will be planting in you, but a seed can grow into something pretty big. So you always have to be aware of who you are and where you're at in your surroundings. As for the liar, I suggest you start doing a bit more meditating, uh, visualizing at things, keeping focused on one thing at a time instead of multiple things, and you'll be able to cut down your lies and open up your awareness of who you are and your surroundings and how everybody actually sees you. Just because people don't say it to you, uh, it doesn't mean that they don't see it. Sometimes people just don't want to be ignorant because people are generally nice. That's how people are when they work from the heart. They're generally nice people, as we've all got a soul and it comes from the light, so it rolls with love. So we just want to love one another, and most of the time that causes conflict too on the outside because we're afraid to hurt another by telling them the truth. Well, we should always tell the truth, whether it hurt in that moment or not. In the long run, it's going to be worth it because they're going to see that in themselves the next time that they're going to do the same thing again, like tell a lie. They will see the time that you confronted that. So they'll be aware of, do I tell this lie or don't I? They're questioning it straight away because you question it and you confronted their lie in the first place. So now they have to confront it. Anyway, this is just happy chappy on compulsive liars and just lies in general. It's no benefit to anyone. And if you were happy in who you were, then you wouldn't need to lie about anything. You shouldn't need to be able, or shouldn't need to hide anything in life. If you're being honest and genuine, loving, caring, then all should be fine in your life. But to lie, you start with a seed that is going to go into something darker. This happy chappy, love, peace.